So my role as head of school of the Culinary Arts Department here at Westminster is so fast paced. The things that I get involved in day to day can be anything from hosting an international ambassador to having a couple who live around the corner come in for lunch and things like that. And then there's just the day to day with the student body and things like that. It's never dull. For obvious reasons, things like that. But to see the students coming in with hardly any skills and progressing in a really short time to the time when they then leave us and start opening their own businesses and things like that, it's just incredibly rewarding. It's a bit of a tricky question, to be honest. So I always knew growing up that I didn't want to do kind of office-based jobs. I'm a bit of a black sheep of the family. So my mum was a pharmacist, my dad has a doctorate in chemistry, and my brother teaches A-level chemistry and physics and things, and they were all kind of science-based. But I was always a bit more practical focused and things like that. So I kind of toyed with ideas about carpentry and things like that. And my mum did a lot of cooking, and so I grew up having fresh meals all the time and things like that, and I just got into like a bit of cooking here and there, and then did a work placement while I was at school, and that's where it really took off. Just walking into a kitchen, and it was just like, it felt so right, and it just absolutely inspired me. And then I knew I wanted to go to catering school, and my mum and dad actually talked me into doing A-levels and said, get something else behind you in case it doesn't work. And I didn't really take it that seriously. I had a lovely couple of years at school where I worked as much as I needed to and things like that, knowing that I was going to head into catering school, and came here as a student back in the kind of early 90s. Spent 3 amazing years learning incredible techniques and skills and things like that, but basically doing my hobby the whole time. So then going out into industry and working and getting paid to do what I basically enjoyed, and just seeing my friends do work for work's sake rather than for pleasure. It's been incredible, and the people that you meet and the places that it's taken me have just been incredible. So I've done India, China, South Africa, America and things like that, all just off the back of my industry. It just opens the world up to you, so it's an amazing opportunity. It's a tough industry, and one of the things that I make quite clear to people is that the thing that will carry you through is the passion and the excitement of it. You tend not to come into this just for a job's sake, but if you're keen on hospitality, then absolutely go for it, because like I said, the opportunities that it will bring you are incredible, and it will move with your lifestyle as well. Everyone kind of thinks that it's just chefs stood behind a hot stove and things like that, or doing front of house, and you get quite tied in. The hospitality industry is so diverse and so vast, and I graduated as a chef and I worked as a chef, and I didn't think at that stage that it would take me into teaching or ultimately management and things like that, but that's the path it's taken, and it's always fitted around my life choices as well. So when I got married, when I then had kids, I could then adapt and stay within the industry that I love, but kind of change that slight role. It's been incredible. But yeah, to people who are considering it, go for it, because it's absolutely incredible. It's so rewarding, and it's so vibrant and exciting. At this stage, to tell you what it's going to be like in 10 months is pretty tricky. So with all the things that have been going on, it is incredibly difficult to kind of gauge. Having said that, hospitality is an industry that has always adapted and always changed and embraced new ideas and things like that. At the moment, we're seeing how big restaurants and things have adapted and done home deliveries, and you've had chefs who will come and cook in people's homes and all sorts of things. But I think there will be a big swing back to when freedom is unlocked to us again, that people will crave to come and have a meal in a restaurant, and I can see hospitality coming back and flourishing. And as much as there's people who will have been damaged and we've lost some amazing restaurants as a result, you'll find that chefs often are quite resilient, or hospitality people are resilient, and they will adapt and change, and we'll see new styles of restaurants come out with more eclectic mixes of cuisines and all sorts of things. So it's an industry which is pretty robust. Having said that, in the short term, it's going through a really tough patch where I think there's more support needed to keep what we've got afloat as much as possible.